we had events like the tailgate that just happened. We had events like the celebration on the yard, and obviously the parties. You know what I'm saying? The parties are obviously what kind of made or break the thing.
Right.
So, what else did you guys attend at the end of the week, and what were y'all favorites at the end?
I went to the party on Saturday, and let's just say that was a good goodbye. Like that was the perfect party to where I'm like, okay, now I'm getting into Thanksgiving, about to get into the finals. I'm glad I ended it like that. I was like, this is a good homecoming week. Don't need to go out for a while after this.
Okay. I love that. I love that.
Right, Uche?
I would say like my top event was tailgate for sure. I felt like my group was cool. I had so much fun at the game. I was shaking the mess out my keys. I went to the girls and the boys game. I had so much fun. So yeah, it was a very nice little finish to the homecoming week.
Yeah, all I gotta say is homecoming does not owe me anything. Not a lick, not a dime, not a nothing. Being introduced to so many like things that are going on, you guys. Like I had no clue what the key jangle thing meant. Like there was like a bunch of like little things, you know, like that I just didn't really know about, and it was just really exciting to figure it out. And like, because everybody was so like welcoming, and it just kind of really felt like home. Like it really did start to feel like, oh, this is my home, you know. Like I really enjoy all these people, and also y'all. When I met Kyle Barker from Living Single,
why did you start with that girl?
That was like top tier. I almost cried my eyes out. That man was just walking around campus at the tailgate. Excuse me. Yes, let me get my picture. Yes.
Oh,
yes, I definitely did. So that was my highlight of homecoming, definitely.
I just went to the basketball game. I went to the tailgate a little bit, but I was like, it's giving black people being crowded and loud and in my ears. I was like, let's go. I gotta go. And I did.
Yeah, there were a lot of people at tailgate. When black people come together, like they're gonna have fun. So you gotta
stop them.
You gotta let them do what they
Especially if
do.
it's like a barbecue. The second I heard Candy, I was getting down.
Don't.
And every shuffle we had,
Right.
I was shuffling. I cannot lie.
Yeah,
you can't.
No shuffle was unshuffled. Like I was
unshuffled.
I was definitely shuffling everywhere.
I'm weak.
I was shuffling to the bathroom. I was shuffling to the
It was a good homecoming.
It was a good homecoming.
You know, it was perfect for us, I guess.
Yeah.
In a sense, it was small, but it was intimate.
Yeah.
I think that was the best part of it. It was intimate and small.
Real family like.
Yeah.
So all the older people were so nice. Like all the older deltas and even the Qs, they were just so. They were like, "Hey, you want something to eat?" And I was like, "Okay, sure." You know, they're just taking me everywhere. I was like, "This is nice. It's cool."
Right.
You know, like my aunties, uncles. Oh, this is cool. I can do this again.
Right.
Definitely. I was live, laugh, and love it homecoming. I can't wait for the future years, especially when we become alumni. Like, because the alumni events look really fun and stuff too. Like, I think everybody had a wonderful time. Like, I know last week we was kind of,
We were like,
we were very uneasy about the rest of the week, stressed out, depressed, sad,
that
curious.
Came.
We still heard about that concert, but we got past it.
We did.
They will redeem themselves.
They definitely did. But I also think it's because us as people, we really make the events. You know,
for sure.
The homecoming committee can only do so much, but us as people, as participants that come in and do what we have to do, I feel like we did a really good job of making sure we had a good time. But you always know, black folk always have a good time.
True.
One way or
we gotta make a good time out of air. We can be sitting here in silence, and then we hear no music.
Right.
Like, come on, who does that? Like, so I already knew we was gonna have a good time.
Well, I was just gonna say, I'm glad that you brought up the homecoming committee because, like, one thing we know, the homecoming committee works hard. Like,
overtime.
We know that last week I know I was just a little bit heated, but like we know that y'all work hard and y'all really do what you do what you can with what you got. So we appreciate y'all.
Very much so.
And I was just going to say, since we're talking about concerts and music, that's literally our next topic.
Right.
Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. We should want to start off. You can start off with Travis and his situation. Okay.
We're going to get into Travis, but like first, let's start with, something a little bit light. So I know that, some of our artists have been dropping music. What have y'all been listening to? I got to know. Still over it.
Okay.
Still over it.
Still over it. Heavy on that. Glad she didn't change that. It was good. It was relatable. It was entertaining at most.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the girl. Sierra's prayer was everywhere. We all needed that.
Yeah.
London on the track.
London's off the track now.
London needs to just never go back on the track. He
Reports
needs to just
are in.
run away.
Yeah.
Because that man, the
struggling.
things we've heard he's done,
He's
Yeah.
late snatched.
she said she should have whipped his ass. Mamas.
Yeah.
said
Start with
summer.
Your Mama. I ain't even heard this album yet. I know that
Right.
part. Should have started with Your Mama.
Mama.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's
She was mad.
disrespectful.
Terrible.
She was mad.
She came for the family.
Furious.
She came for
very
the
much
family.
did.
Had her daughter on her hip.
No, really?
Daughter
You
on
know-
her hip coming for everybody.
That's one thing Black Mama's gonna do exactly what they have to do with the kid around, with the kid on their back,
So
on their
that the
hip.
child will know. Definitely. You're gonna grow up and you're gonna see. You're
For
gonna see what
sure.
I did.
Right, definitely.
Respect.
Definitely gonna grow up and like, yeah, my mama made an album about my daddy.
Mm.
Yeah, don't
Tragic.
don't tell everybody that.
Tragic.
Your mama Summer Walker? Ooh, we know about your mama. We know about your daddy.
They could be listening with like between classes.
Right.
That'd be so heartwarming.
Baby mama, just insane, just playing through the halls.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But Mac, what have you been listening to lately?
So honestly, I haven't heard nothing new. I know.
Tragic.
But I've been like revising or reviewing Sir. I like his music.
Yeah.
You know, he's been a vibe. Internet, Sid.
Mm.
I'm kind of into that stuff. And then, of course, Bangers in the Tank or Tank in the Bangers.
Yes.
I
Do my
started-
best.
Huh?
Doing my best by Tanking the Bangers.
I haven't heard it. So I started because of the gala.
Yeah.
If you missed it, I'm sorry, but that was an excellent event. Try to get there next year. But I heard that and I was like, oh my gosh, they got me.
Right.
Right. And then so I was like, you know what, let me hear him out. And I started listening. I'm like, this poetry just got me feeling vibes all over. And so I'm starting to listen to them more and hear some songs, but they're a bop, straight bop. If you haven't, go listen to them. Honestly, go listen. But they're a bop, most definitely. And that's pretty much it. I'm trying to get into, more alternative music, but other than that, I'm just vibing in my music, in my lane, in my single life.
Period.
Not just single life. No, yeah, but I've been listening to Amine. He just actually dropped 2.5.
Okay.
And it's exquisite. I loved his album. I loved what was his last album called? I forgot what the last album was called. That's so crazy because I'm an ultra fan of his. But his new album just came out, and Charmander is so good. That's one of my favorite songs off of there. So yeah, that's what I've been listening to.
I'm gonna listen to that.
Yes,
most
please go
I
listen
think I
to
should
it.
write this.
He's better than people think. Like he's not just like a meme.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's outside of. He has
He
a lot
is
of depth
funny,
outside
though.
of Caroline, but he's hilarious.
He's so
And his
funny.
videos are actually kind of.
They're so creative.
They're very
Yeah,
creative.
They're very
yeah, like,
abstract. I'm like,
They're
okay,
very creative, and I
that's
really
something to
appreciate
develop.
that because the artistry between between music videos and stuff like that have really started to slow down. Like, and only a couple people have really been able to show like that type of artistry with the music videos, like Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar and stuff like that.
Other people are so mediocre.
Yeah, I always look forward to these music videos. And then, what have you been listening to, Michelle?
Ooh, I've been listening to a little bit of everything. Oh my gosh, literally everything. I would say, yeah, listening still over it. I know I am eagerly waiting for Adele's next album.
Aren't we all?
It's just, yeah. So while I'm literally just trying to get my mind, get my body, get everything right to just
That soul.
just receive that music. For sure.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so ready. November about to be crazy.
My boyfriend will definitely have to break up with me for that one. I'm gonna have to take that hour and a half. Yeah.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, no.
You can come back after. Be like,
And I'm gonna come back and be like, all right, babe, come on.
Alright.
Let's go to
okay.
dinner. Let's
Yeah.
go to cafe.
She said that's heartbreaking.
Why would
Do you
no?
need to break up with your man?
Yes, for Adele.
Break up
But
with
speaking
the
of heartbreaking, you know what was really heartbreaking?
What?
Astroworld.
Ugh.
Okay,
That was terrible.
the more I hear, the more I see. It is just so I can say what you want. We can really go back and forth. At the end of the day, people went there to have a good time, to be immersed in that environment, to listen to music, and just, get a little bit of release, to get away from their real lives. And people died. People went to a concert expecting to come back and they didn't. So I just feel like when you have human life like that that's lost, you can't really just tiptoe. You really just have to call it and people just need to answer for what happened, because that shouldn't have happened. Say what you want about the environment, what's expected at Travis Scott's concerts, that shouldn't have happened anywhere.
I agree. There was just a lack of sincerity. I I've been talking to my grandparents about it. It's like, no matter what, like, your fans and supporters are what make you, in a sense. And the fact that you have a lack of regard for them shows, like, without your fans, you wouldn't get no dub. Without your friends, your music wouldn't be popping like the way it is. You know, your fans are like motivate you, and the fact that you just don't care, the disrespect and your apologies, you're trying to offer help, like, give your people the best of the best. If you gonna give them therapy, give them the top line therapist. If you're gonna give them the funeral, you better give them the goddamn stage of your stage.
Dripped in gold.
Show that you care about these people, like, cause you see all these other artists on stage and they're like, hey, I see you. You okay? You about to faint? Come on stage. Come on. Like, the fact you can't do that just shows. There's something going on inside, internal. And then you got videos popping up of you yelling at fans because they called you ASAP. Shows insecurity. It's giving me, I don't know. It was just bad spirit.
Bad juju for real.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. Because, you know, live music, who partner with Travis Scott and his company to make Astroworld every year, or Astrofest, or whatever it's called every year, and they're notorious for being severely understaffed and never having things planned correctly. And I think they definitely made him aware, y'all, of everything that was going on. Once it started getting bad, I remember I think somebody had somehow had like leaked his like earpiece feed and whatnot.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like he found out like at least a solid 3 minutes before the chaos, really before people were known to start dying at that point. He knew that it was getting really bad in the crowd and continued to go and play his most hype songs for people go and mosh to that he knows. And I also feel as though Travis Scott, I love Travis Scott. I'm gonna be real. I was a heavy fan before he released this. But there's also certain things about him that just weren't it. I've never been a fan of his persona at all. His persona has always been complete garbage to me. He's stolen beats to get on with Kanye. He's done so many things time and time again that has shown that he's not a good person. And that's why I feel as though when these casualties happened and it became known as like a mass, what do they call it? It was a mass casualty event. He knew that it was becoming a mass casualty event as it was going on, and still continued to perform for over 39 minutes. Is that crazy? Yeah. But he also, back in like 2014, he left his manager for dead when he was having an epileptic seizure in the middle of a club. So it's like he has a lot of things. He showed patterns. It's not just like a one-time thing. It's very much so a continuous pattern that I've seen and that other people have seen as time and time has went on. And this was not a surprise, sadly, but just seeing his reaction being so poor, like so poor, like this amount of poor, like how Mackenzie said, like he did a YouTube deal, like BetterHelp, like who are you, Tyler Oakley, like Shane Dawson? And you went and put a YouTube deal, like, and let's not act like BetterHelp doesn't have their own issues and scandals. BetterHelp is known to not have actual therapists on their platforms. They don't vet their therapists. Anybody, y'all, can be categorized as a therapist for BetterHelp.
I can get hired
right now. And then there's also that whole liability thing where, like, if they actually accept the BetterHelp therapy for that month after being trampled, dies, seeing people die, have imposter syndrome, all those things, for a month of free trial therapy, they can't sue Travis Scott. They can't ask for money from him. They can't do anything at that point. They'll be deadlocked if they even accept the therapy. So at least to me, it's just a hot mess and it's very disrespectful and rude. All he did was cry through his palms on a camera, doing a GTA cry. That's pathetic.
You're a whole meme now, dude. Like, come
it's
on.
pathetic now. Like, now I'm gonna be using that on Twitter when I be stressed out with school. Like, it's very crazy to me. It's very wild, but I can't say that it's extremely surprising because it's not. It's not.
Yeah, that's really, like, it's been so messed up. And like I was saying, like with the videos coming out, like especially, I think the one that got me was like when you saw the cop car coming in, and like there's no way he didn't see that cop car. Literally no way. And then on like the next song goes in and people are jumping on top of the cop
one
car.
Of his most hype songs.
It's like, and I think like, yeah, Travis definitely should not have done that. Like, you need to let, clear there's an emergency and they need to get somewhere. Same reason why you pull over to the side, we see an ambulance coming through, you need to let them do what they need to do. But there's something deeply unnerving about people who like it's just like it's so weird that clearly there's people in need and like they're trying to deliver help and you're like, well, no, we don't care. Like as a fan, like you must know you're not well. That is such chaotic behavior. It was just disgusting. No artist song is that good.
None.
No artist. Like it's just the fact that you thought like, yeah, you know, this cop is trying to get somewhere. Like, you know, it has to be serious for a cop to try to drive through a crowd. You know what I mean? And you get on top of a car and stopping and like, for what? For what?
Right, and then Drake posting pictures talking about some My Life a movie. Sir!
A horror movie.
Sir! It's giving Saw. Like, please.
Like,
oh my gosh.
It's a horror movie.
It's terrible.
It was just
terrible.
It was just such a bad situation that happened, and then the way that it was handled, and it's continually handled, is just making it worse. Like, the fact that 8 people died, it's not like one person died.
Yeah.
Or like, it was just an unfortunate incident. Like, 8 people died. Like, and a little boy is in a coma. A 9-year-old boy in a coma because of what happened. And you're posting on Instagram just this little, so sorry, blah, 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 blah. I just feel so bad. We're working with the family. No, you need to do more. Like, it should never happen again. And I feel like he's not going to do a performance after this for a long time. Not because he's upset with what happened, but because all the repercussions of what's happening. Like, I'm not going to say I don't think he cares about it, but I could see him doing it again, just like, oh, we're gonna change it up next time, blah blah blah. But I don't know. It just is an unfortunate event.
Yeah, I don't know much about Travis, but just hearing about the different stories about him and just watching videos, he gives me very much insecure. Like, it's like me, like, oh, y'all hype, y'all going crazy, you're killing people over me. Yeah, let me hype it up more. It's like you want to be seen. It's giving narcissistic. But you want to be seen so bad, like, they come for you. Like, you could stop. They're going to be there, you know? These artists, one thing I love about these artists like SZA and Tiana Taylor, your fans are coming for you. Obviously, they paid money. They're not going nowhere. Unless they get a refund, then I'll definitely leave and then get a refund. However, you can't stop just for a moment. Like, hey, what's up? What's going on? The cop car coming through. Like, hey, people part ways. Easy like that. Part. No, you over here, like Amari was saying, like playing your hyper songs just to get seen and get heard. Sir, like, step down. Your pedestal is too high, and you're average right now. Like, come on, let's not. You're still human. I bet you if your daughter and your girlfriend was in the crowd, you'd be like,
They were
to the
Let me tell you all this. There's a video of them getting ushered through the middle of the freaking of the entire crowd with like security around them. They heard. They definitely heard. Then there's another video. The one. There's 2 videos that really got me that I seen. And one was the one of the boy and the girl getting up on the camera person and being like, we need help, we need help, we need help. And the camera person literally said, like, if you don't get off this platform in the next 5 seconds, I will push you off this 12-foot platform. And people were dying just off tripping in the audience. Imagine if they were pushed off that 12-foot platform. You know? Those people, that was guaranteed death. Like, guaranteed death. Because people were literally up like this. Like, people who had their arms up couldn't put their arms down. People who were, like, tripping were not getting up. Right. So imagine if you were literally pushed on top of that by a camera operator, a facilitator of this event, and you die. Because you're trying to beg for other people to get help. And then the other video that I saw that really got me was, there was another video, and Travis Scott was up on this super high platform. Like, it was, like, really high. Like, he could definitely see, like, the whole audience, like a sea of people, right? And you just hear like all these like grueling screams, like help, like da da da, and he's like, let's get it, and he starts doing the robot.
Oh,
not you doing the robot on people.
It got me,
help.
like, yes, like you can really hear like that, like the grueling screams, like people shouting for like help, and he's like, let's get it. He's just like,
there's something like.
And it's just so disturbing to me. It's unnerving. It's unsettling.
It's like,
it's all the words.
When you see that, there's something like weirdly like dystopian about. Like when you
yes.
said that, I was like, Hunger Games.
Exactly.
Like it was just it's so messed up.
Exactly. It sounds.
I'm just thinking about District 13.
It's not really.
11.
It's giving
up.
SNL skit. Like so many things in the society are giving SNL skit, and it's so hilarious. Like I was looking at that, and I'm like, this man really just did the robot on a few people dying. Like. That's
And,
so crazy to me.
like, we could all say what we want about, like, Travis Scott and, like, what should have happened, what could have happened, but, like, for me, what I really want to see come out of this is just, I just want for it to be better.
Mm-hmm.
I just want this to establish a precedent for, because, like, we were talking about it in class earlier today, like, people are like, people pass out of the concerts all the time, like, yeah, and that may be very true, but I just want to take this, or, like, what happened at Astroworld, and be like, yeah, this can actually never happen again. And I want to see, like, protocols and rules or something established to prevent this, because
like a fine or something.
Exactly.
Like something that some type of rule or regulation that they have to follow.
Yes.
Once things like this happen. Because you've seen people like from Lincoln Park, and you've seen like how she said Tiana Taylor and all of them, like they actually stopped their programs and they were like, okay, let's do this. And like, people point out Playboy Cardi, but that's a really bad example because he was really like, oh, I see people are passing out, you guys are doing a great job. And then he was like, let's keep everybody safe. Like, that was really corny. But yeah, I feel like I definitely agree with you with the rules and regulations thing. I think we should definitely get there. It's so frustrating to think about.
Yeah, it's very.
It's extremely frustrating.
It's
beyond.
I don't know what to say afterwards. It's just like, just do better. Hopefully, just do better. Like, hopefully he learns from the situation. If he doesn't, that shows more on his character and morals. People's lives matter, and I know that sounds bad, but it's like, right? But it's like,
what you're saying.
It's like, but it's like, for example, I was driving on I-10, right, and there was a drunk. He was on the street, right, and he was swerving back. So it was like, if I passed him, I could have got hit. If I was too close to him, I could have got hit. Man was swerving. I'm like, I called my grandma. I was like, Grandma, there's a drunk on the road. What should I do? And she's like, yeah, stay far from him. I was like, yeah, I'm like 100 feet from him, man. But he's driving so insanely right now that it's like, I can't speed past him to get where I'm going. I don't want to get too close. But he's just, and I was like, part of me was like, I hope this man is okay. Like, it's like, I wish people had that mentality. It's like, there's two lives, like, going to happen. Other people's lives on the road, too. But there's lives, no matter where. The person who's drunk has a life, who probably have a family and everything. Their life matters, too. Yeah, did they do an irresponsible thing? Yes. Yeah. However, it's still like, oh my gosh, like, I hope you're okay. And it's like, I hope you make it home safely. Like, you need your butt whipped, but I hope, right?
It's just that lack of humanity.
Yes, and it's showing. It's showing so bad, especially on Twitter when people are going in on people for simple things. It's like, let's not. Like, I just recently got on Twitter. Follow me at I am Mackenzie. Plug. Anyways, I just got on Twitter, right? And HBCU Shade Room. I see the stories and it's, I'm like,
the stories are wild.
Is this college? I don't like it.
Xavier?
We must not be attending
that. It's a Xavier students, but it's also hearing about these women and their sexual assaults and everything like that. And it's like, and you're not getting help by anybody?
Yeah. That's
ridiculous. And then what kind of like takes me off is that some of these men and women who take part of these assaults, they be like, oh, women shouldn't have nothing to be scared about. Are you not reading the same thing I'm reading?
Right.
Like, you can't say that people are scared now. Like, my grandfather just gave me a whole list. He was like, be careful what you say to people because they might be on the edge, Maggie. They might just do anything. I'm like, I gotta be careful how I say anything to anybody now. That's literally anybody. I might as well just be a shut-in. I'm gonna be the next Boo Riley. It's like, yeah, you can't be too safe, but you can't be too reckless. And I was just telling him how I was cheering on the boys, and I kind of get sliding. I start crashing out everybody. That's a little tidbit about me. But it's like, dang, I really gotta be considerate of who I'm driving with, or who I'm talking to, who I'm around, and that can be so draining. It's so draining mentally. Always being on alert. I know, especially for black people.
Black women.
Black women? Oh my gosh. It's draining. And then people want to be like, oh, why are you so tired? Do you not see me? I'm going through life. I'm going to academic struggle. Like, come on. Like, I'm trying to make myself better. I'm trying to be better. And y'all over here tearing me down every which way you can. Like, it's like, come on, dude. can we just all be happy for once? Can we all be nice? Can we all like?
Absolutely.
Take me to Whoville at this point. That's what I need. It's
Yeah.
holiday season.
Put me back in Lorax.
No, really, it's holiday season in there. That's where I need to be.
We
So-
got all pantries
We
together.
got the platform. Like,
I just need a platform.
I need the platform. I'm ready to go.
Right. No, if there's like one big takeaway from everything that we've touched on today, be the change and be better. If you don't see better, do better. Be better. Like,
Be the change you want to see in the
be
world.
the change you want to see. Like, to quote Michael Jackson, start with the man or woman or whoever in the mirror, please. Like,
Yes.
the change starts at home. It starts with you. It starts with yourself. But like, it is just so depressing to hear all these things and just to have to come to terms with the reality that we live in. But change is so possible. Change is, if there's one hopeful thing to take away, change is very possible. We just have to put the action behind the words. That is it. So I encourage everyone at home watching, my lovely co-host, be the change, be better, be good.
That's it, yo. That sounds like the perfect ending. Like, be the change, honestly.
Be the change.
From the wise words from Uche, be the change, y'all.
Yeah.
And
Man, on that note, we're going to wrap this episode up. My name is Amaria.
I'm Mackenzie.
I'm Uche.
And I'm Sam.
And that was Xpressions. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.